Have you ever been lying in bed, ready to drift off to sleep, when suddenly a memory of something embarrassing you did years ago pops into your mind? You cringe, maybe even groan out loud, wondering why your brain insists on replaying these awkward moments. You're not alone. This is a universal human experience. In this video, we'll explore why our brains seem to torture us with these memories, what purpose they might serve, and how understanding this process can actually help us move forward. Let's dive into the fascinating science behind the cringe loop. Embarrassing memories are those moments from our past that make us feel uncomfortable, ashamed, or awkward when we recall them. They can be as minor as tripping in public or as major as saying something inappropriate in a meeting. These memories often trigger a strong emotional response, making them stick in our minds. But why do these particular memories stand out among the countless other things we've experienced? To answer that, we need to look at how our brains process emotional events. Our brains are wired to remember emotionally charged events more vividly than neutral ones. This is because the amygdala, a part of the brain involved in processing emotions, interacts closely with the hippocampus, which is responsible for forming new memories. When something embarrassing happens, the amygdala flags it as important, making the memory more likely to be stored and easily retrieved. This system evolved to help us learn from our mistakes and avoid repeating them in the future. So, why does your brain keep bringing up that one cringeworthy moment from years ago? The answer lies in the brain's natural tendency to review past experiences, especially those that were emotionally intense. This process, known as rumination, is the mind's way of analyzing what happened, why it happened, and how to avoid similar situations in the future. While it can be uncomfortable, it's actually a learning mechanism designed to help us grow. Rumination is when we repeatedly think about the same event, often focusing on what went wrong or how we could have acted differently. While this can sometimes lead to anxiety or self-doubt, it's also a way for our brains to process complex emotions and make sense of our experiences. By replaying embarrassing moments, we may be subconsciously trying to figure out how to handle similar situations better in the future. From an evolutionary standpoint, remembering embarrassing or negative experiences could have been crucial for survival. Early humans needed to remember social blunders or mistakes to maintain their place in the group and avoid being ostracized. Social cohesion was vital, so our brains developed a system to flag and review these moments, ensuring we learned from them and improved our social skills over time. Humans are social creatures, and our brains are wired to care deeply about what others think of us. Embarrassing memories often involve social situations where we felt judged or out of place. The brain's sensitivity to social feedback means these moments are stored with extra detail, making them more likely to resurface when we're feeling vulnerable or self-conscious. Our brains have a natural negativity bias, meaning we tend to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. This bias helped our ancestors stay alert to dangers, but today it means that embarrassing moments are more likely to stick with us than happy ones. This explains why you might remember a single awkward incident more vividly than dozens of pleasant interactions. Certain situations can trigger the replay of embarrassing memories. Stress, anxiety, or even just being in a similar environment can bring these moments back to the surface. Sometimes, seeing someone who was present during the original event or hearing a related phrase can be enough to set off a cringe spiral. Understanding your personal triggers can help you manage these memories more effectively. When you recall an embarrassing memory, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways as when you first experienced the event. This can cause you to physically cringe or feel a rush of emotion, even if the event happened years ago. The brain's ability to recreate these feelings is part of what makes these memories so powerful and persistent. Self-reflection is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows us to learn from our mistakes and grow as individuals. On the other, it can lead to overthinking and self-criticism, especially when it comes to embarrassing memories. The key is to strike a balance, acknowledge the lesson without letting the memory dominate your thoughts or self-esteem. If you find yourself stuck in a loop of replaying embarrassing memories, there are strategies you can use to cope. Mindfulness techniques, such as focusing on your breath or grounding yourself in the present moment, can help break the cycle. Reframing the memory, seeing it as a learning experience rather than a failure, can also reduce its emotional impact. For most people, replaying embarrassing memories is a normal part of life. However, if these memories become overwhelming or interfere with your daily functioning, it may be a sign of an underlying issue, such as anxiety or depression. In such cases, seeking support from a mental health professional can provide valuable tools and guidance for managing these thoughts. Everyone has embarrassing moments. It's a natural part of being human. Instead of letting these memories define you, try to embrace them as evidence of your willingness to take risks and learn. Remember, most people are too focused on their own lives to dwell on your mistakes. Self-compassion and humor can go a long way in making peace with your past. In the end, embarrassing memories are a testament to our humanity. They remind us that we care about how we interact with others, and that we're constantly striving to improve. By understanding why our brains replay these moments, we can learn to accept them, grow from them, and ultimately let them go. The next time a cringeworthy memory surfaces, take a deep breath and remember, you're not alone, and it's all part of being human.